Hi guys, I'm Tony. I'm just going to show you my final project from my boot camp I just finished. Um, so a bit about me, I'm originally from Perth. Been coding properly since about 2020, since the pandemic. I was out of work, so I thought I'd learn something. Started off in mobile development, and built a iOS app in that time. But it wasn't until maybe 2 years ago that I thought like I want to do this as a job, so I want to learn like more and more, and that's why it got me into doing an actual proper bootcamp course. Um, so that's with Academy XI. That's a company based in Sydney, very similar to General Assembly. So yeah, this is I'm going to show you the final project of that one. So what I do for work is I'm a warehouse. I work in a warehouse, pickpacking, but in that job we do have a software that we use to scan items, um, pick pick items and check for the products, the stock for products. So I was inspired by that program because I feel like there's some things I'd like to add to it or just wanted to know how it worked. So I want to learn how to learn that. So this app is designed to be used in-house. It's not like a public-facing app. We sign in. So it's built with Ruby and Rails. That's the API part of Rails. With the front end is being React because part of the course is using HTML, JavaScript, React, then Rails. I also use AWS S3 bucket to store the images in the cloud so I can use it on the internet. And it's all one repo as well. So I'll show you a bit about we'll just do a run through of the app. So here we go, you log in. You can see it. No, you can't see it. Okay. That's not sure. That's not showing up. Yeah, first of all, log in there. So I'm logged in. There's three types of users. There's admin, there's sales, and there's a warehouse. So they have different permissions. So the admin has everything, like have access to everything, let everything you see there. Sales, I'll log back in later and show you the difference. But yeah, basically the main concept of the app is we have all these sections. So say you're working in the company, you're a salesperson, and you're gonna get customer call in or email or walk in, whatever. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to have to search for that customer. If that customer wants to order something, you're going to have to search for that customer. So which brings you to the customers page here, which you can search through the current customers in your system, or you can just add a new one there. So you put in the details, and then they'll submit. So I'll quickly add a new one. Nice. Row. Melbourne. And so, okay. So there we go at the bottom. There, the new customer. So when you connect into the customer, it'll show you if it has orders. It will show that the orders there. So if I go back, these other customers would have orders. So they pop up there. There's also the order section has all the orders. Yeah. So I'll go create an order first, and so if I go back to the robo one, create an order. So new order. So there's a whole bunch of products in the system at the moment. I'll show you the bit later. But at the moment, yeah, to create an order, it pops up with all the items in the system. Oh, by the way, the reason why I've got it's all kids products. My wife's having a baby in a few months, so that's on my mind. That's why there's kids toys here. Yes. So then you just click on a item, and it pops up there, and say, oh, okay, that's what I want to have, or you want to add two of that product. There we go. And then once that's done, like, yep, that's all I want to order. Save the order. Pops up with order saved. And then that's generally the end of the sales sort of side of things. And then I'll be on to the warehouse to pick it. Before I do that though, this is the products list. So it has a list of all the products, has the price and the stock levels there. If you were to click on one of these, and more information there. And if you edit it, you can actually add the stock price, add in more stock that comes in. And then it also add an image of that product there. Yeah. Okay, so back to picking. So if we were to pick that same order, which is this one here, so it's pending at the moment. So when you're picking, generally what I do at work, is you'll have a package to put the items in, like, or it'll come in a package, but you generally, like, if you have like two of one item, they can go in one box. So you need to generate a package of like how many. So you want one package for two items. You have to generate the package first, and then you add those two items in there. And down here, it will show you the packages and stuff in it. But you can't actually add a item into the package if you haven't created the generated package. So if I were to delete this package, delete this out of there first, and then delete the package, there's none there, no package number there, and try and add it, it will come up with an error. It should come up with an error. I don't know, too fast. Yeah, and then you can't move on. So you generally generate a package. So I'll show you this on the mobile, because you don't want to work on the mobile doing it.
So the package is just like a box, the shipping box you put the stuff in.
Yeah. So the box, so say you have a package of a box of something comes in a box. So you generally it's going to be one thing in the box, but you can add things into that box as well. So instead of having separate items. I just wanted to show you something. So I go back to that order. So again, you see it too. So that's completed now. So everything's has been picked. Done. Before I want to complete it, need to take a photo. Oh, this is a different item. Anyway, I had a different item, but I had to take a photo of the thing. This is not the right one for the other one there. But, take a photo, use the camera. Oh, it doesn't show. take a photo. And yeah, and then use the photo, and it'll pop up in the it'll pop on the screen. And you can just delete them as well. And yeah, so that's generally the gist of the app there.
That's supposed to be a photo of the box with everything.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, depends on the systems, like the box or inside the box. Generally, at work, if you're putting something inside the box, we have to show that it's inside the box. So that's why we take photos. And that's the reason for that. Yeah. So back to this one. Last part of this is the user management. So just the manager only can see this. So they can add new users, someone who's newly hired, and they can put into, so just create a user and put their names there, and you choose what role they have, and it'll pop up down there. So yeah, that's generally the gist of the app there. If I log out, that's the user's information there. If I log in as this person, it will show you that they only can see the sales details. See, they've only don't have access to the rest of the stuff. And if you're in warehouse, it would only just have the picking and just the product, so they can look at the products. So yeah, that's just the gist of the app. I'll jump into the code now. So we've got all these models. So the users model, the products, customers, orders. So the item is the item on the order or item when you make a sale, and then the package and the package items, that the item in the package have separate models. We got models here. To do the image, because the orders have image, add an image to the order. It has the uses active storage, Rails active storage, and you would add that has many or has one attached to your model there. It's also got down here, so it's based on it's linked to the Amazon S3 bucket there, and it's also and the keys for those are stored in the credentials. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll go through the controller functions soon. So most of the front end is in React. I won't go too depth in there, but there's the React code there. It's a Rails script. I won't go too far. And so it's basically calling the APIs from here. So this is all one file system, which is based on a template that was given to me through the course. But yeah, so it's all the client codes in this client folder. And notice it's wrapped in the Rails program.
When you run this in development, do you just run the Rails and that compiles the JavaScript, or
it's two separate there's two separate code commands. So I would run. So I would run that to run the client code, but you would use the Rails, you have the Rails S. You would do that first and then run the npx one to compile the client code.
And the API that you've written is mostly like RESTful style.
Yeah, RESTful style. So I'll show you I can show the routes file. But yeah, basically attachment. That's all of them. Yeah, so
What does this improve on over the software that's currently in use?
well, a lot of this is just trying to work out how to do it myself. But there's like those systems. There was part of the systems I didn't quite like was like we had to go when I was like you saw the screen where I had to change the dimensions and all the lists of packages. I didn't really have that. You have to go to a different screen, and then you couldn't if you made a mistake and like didn't want that item, that package, you have to like go down somewhere inside, delete it, another page to delete it, and then back, and you couldn't like copy that ID back again. So then there was like just add it. I don't want to make that active. So that's one thing I wanted to improve.
Are you thinking of proposing using this at your workplace?
Probably not, but no.
You can sell it to
Yeah.
And then sell support.
Yeah. Well, next part of the thing was I wanted to do barcoding and on this, and the big picture will be like a platform you log in and stuff. But yeah. Yes, as I said, it uses that, and yeah, I showed you the endpoints there. I'll go into the controls because there's a few. Things that complex. So basically, when you're updating your order, it needs to check if it's complete, because it shouldn't update if you complete an order. You shouldn't be able to amend it. So it goes in there, checks it's complete, and then adjusts it. And then if it's not complete, it'll go in there, update it, and then adjust the product levels through just checking the assigned stock and the quantity. So it's down there, and then make sure that then it's updated. And down here is where you would add the image there. So you would get the image from the file image, and then it would add it to that array of images. And again, then to remove it. And so, and then in the process of completing the order, you'll check that, make sure they're all picked. So it needs to go check them all picked. And then if not, it'll go then to items being picked. If it is, it'll say it's completed. Again, you update the stock levels.
What are you using for security?
What do you mean?
As in, are you using a gem that manages your?
Oh, it's got Bcrypt. It uses Bcrypt has two.
Inside your application controller, you're kind of calling out to check that everything is logged in or something.
Yeah, using an authorized thing there, so it checks the session if it's logged in, and if it's logged in that particular role, it checks the role there too.
So you built your own user, like user management.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you scroll up to the top of this one?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay, so you're using. I only learned this last week. So he's inheriting the application controller from an action controller API, which if you do a Rails new and you say I want an API, that's what it does.
Yeah.
Which means it doesn't do any of that CQRS or cause checking or whatever it is.
No, it does.
Every single Rails app I've been in doesn't do that. And then people always question why you turn off authentication. You say, well, it's being used as an API. It's like, no, but we should be, the cause is a good thing or whatever it is. It's like, yeah, but you're not rendering a form first. But that gets away with it.
Yeah.
API, I think. Cool.
I think that's all.
What's the
Discuss.
password of the user? I tried every password.
Hmm?
It's only 5 letters.
Oh, just admin. It's just to make it simple. It's just what their role is. It's not.
I tried the role. I tried admin.
Yeah.
Sales, admin.
Sales own warehouse, lowercase. So that's actually one question. Like, if I wanted like just to like put this in my portfolio, what's the best way to show those like details for someone to look at it?
Like it's for a portfolio, I just put them on the login screen.
Yeah.
Just this one.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing would be if the portfolio is on the login screen and people get in there and do inappropriate.
That's what I was thinking. That yeah.
You then have to have like a reset script that just go right.
Yeah.
I know which things I have to delete.
Yeah.
And reseed or something like that.
Especially if I got images there. That was my concern. That was my concern. I don't know what was the best way to do that. But
this is really amazing. It's got integrations with the camera and everything. How long does this take you to build?
2 months.
It's a lot of
With working full time. So yeah,
yeah,
it'll be hard.
and a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I like some of the JavaScript the way the packages shows up. And,
Yeah.
And you've got it deployed on render.
Yeah.
How did you? Have you got some kind of? Is it? I mean, I presume these things are like one-click deploy kind of things, but anything that
it's linked to GitHub, so I just put my push it to GitHub.
You push to Git and it just deploys to render.
Yeah, but part of the template that they gave us has a render script in it, so it will just run all of it.
Is that one you can show us?
Yeah, yes, I'm trying to find it there. It's somewhere. Yeah. Render this one. So it installs all the installs the commands there.
what part of the build did you find this challenging? Other than the whole thing. Do you know parts that were extra spicy and extra challenging?
There was probably actually putting one of the things was putting the images on there. Another one, I had found a bug. I didn't realize was a problem. There was when I was running it on the product on render, like it will return JSON, and I realized this because the client API call was matching the Rails one, so it had the same endpoint. It was exactly the same, so it was like conflicting with the because on here it's got port 3000, 4000. On there it's on all the same, so it was like conflicting. So that's why I had to change into the Rails to put API up front, so it separates. So because it's got the React routes and then your Rails routes, so they are completely, yeah. Yeah. Apart from, there was probably some other things, but I can't quite remember.
So this is your final project, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Have you got your marks back?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is not even really graded. You just have to show it. I've got like a thing next week. I get to showcase like this what I'm doing.
Was yours the best?
Well, I haven't seen the others yet. They're still working on. They're still working on this.
What's inside Sales Speak Master Access Keys? Is that committed?
What is that?
Somewhere else.
Yay!
I don't even know what that is.
You know what they say, when in doubt, you gotta save it. You gotta save it just in case you lose it.
Oh, I think that's from
The path's outside this folder, so it's installed.
no. It's I think that was coming from AWS somewhere.
I'd like that first.
Yeah.
This is being recorded.
Yeah. Yeah.
So someone will start $10,000 worth of Bitcoin mining.
Oh, geez. Come on. I think I deleted those now. They were for, I was trying to host it on AWS. I think that's for that. Yep. So yeah, that's it. Any other questions? Yeah.
Like, I really like the domain design, this model, pick list,
Yeah.
because I get kind of, I work with the same industry.
Yeah.
Water, beacon, and.
Yeah.
Big order, how do you come up with those models? Like, or are they kind of improvements you planning to do with this models? How did you find this work? Designing these domains, for the user or order or beacon list, or I've seen it like have a list of package and packaging.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of it, how I work at the way it work. Like, okay, that needs to have separate, be able to access the number, the ID of that model. So like the package needs to have multiple packages. So all the packages have in one sort of table in the SQL. So they'll all like link to each other. So that's how. So it's not like package like linked to that one, but sorry, I can't quite explain it. But,
No, it's a really hard concept. We
Yeah.
do sometimes to understand it. It's
Yeah.
very challenging idea to
Yeah.
kind of separate what's a product, what's a part of the product, is it a split product?
Yeah, yeah.
For the veggies, you can have half a banana or
Yeah.
half a kilo of something.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like having an item, and then so it just depends. Yeah, it depends on what company you're using it for. So it feels like how like kilos of stuff. That'll be something totally different. Yeah. 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 But yeah, I was just like thinking how I do our work. So it's like that is separate. A package is different. An item is in a package. Like all the whole thing isn't like a product, but the whole thing is a product. So that was also quite challenging. Like, how do I separate this? So that's how I do it like this. Like a package, and go to package item, but then get an item, which is the product. Yeah. Yeah.
You design it screen by screen, like we.
Yeah, generally.
How do you want the pages to be laid out?
Yeah, so I did like wireframes and I worked out like, I want this and that. And then I was kind of just going through the user's process. Like you'll go through customer, and then the order, and then through that. So I started off kind of doing the front end, so I know where I was going, until I really needed to get the data from the back end.
Also, you build the front end components first.
Mostly, most of the part, yeah. Just to get my sort of head around it, yeah. And also, like my last project for it, I did the opposite, and I ran out of time to make it look real nice. So I wanted to get onto that first. Yeah.
I have a thinking question.
Mm.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but just,
That's fine.
as how many companies does this support? Is it a single company database?
Yeah. So the one we work is like there's a company there's a developer company that went in and set up for our particular company. This is what's kind of designed to do so, because that's just sitting on our company server.
Yeah.
So you would go to different companies, install it on there, or not even install it. It's just just one on their server. Assign the admin user, and then from then there the admin can add in more users. But yeah.
If you wanted to make this a SaaS product,
Yeah.
how would you go about doing that?
I'll have to learn that first. I don't know.
I just remember we started I worked for, we built software as an internal tool first.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, we'll sell this to other people. And we went through the B2 or whatever, which was reviewing the whole database scheme and going, where do we need to add the custom, the company? Like every table, you can decide, okay, well, these all need to belong to different companies now. So you know, go through all, so you one database per customer, that's another.
Yeah, that's what was, yeah.
They're all these. Yeah,
Like generating your own database can you log in or something? I don't know. That's what I was thinking, but I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. Yeah. Thank you.